Hi, I'm Mike, owner of the Ingrove in Phoenix, Arizona. Today I'm doing the new arrival video for October 1st, 2025. A lot of restocks this week, but there's actually a good chunk of new arrivals I'll go over with you guys as well. But I wanted to start by telling you guys about this week's new pre-orders. Not a ton of those either. Pretty light week overall. But Mobile Fidelity announced they're doing the Butterfield Blues Band East and West. They're doing it as a 33 RPM single disc, so nice standard $40 normal MoFi. We're getting a few more of those lately. It seemed like for a while it was nothing but one steps, 45 RPM discs, and super vinyl discs. But we're starting to see some more standard $40 releases, which is nice. And they're also doing it as an SACD. Those both have a to be determined date, but typical MoFi now, it's not really more than 3-4 months. I mean, that's kind of the longest they announce things ahead of time, so that's nice. Jethro Tull, they're doing Aqualung Live November 21st. This next one, I don't know how it's going to go over because it's not cheap. They are doing a 33 disc set of Rammstein's 7-inch vinyl catalog. So essentially everything that ever came out officially as a 7-inch in one box set comes out November 14th, 2025. Really cool box, really nicely done, 650 bucks. So I figured if that's something people are going to want, we're going to check out we're going to see how the pre-orders do before I order too many of those. Korn has a 20th anniversary of See You on the Other Side coming out November 21st. Also, out of all the concerts I've ever seen, there's been one artist that's really blown me away. Like I was not expecting much and the show was amazing, and that was Gary Numan. I saw him here in town at the Crescent Ballroom. I was going to hear a couple of those early tunes. A couple friends wanted to go. I thought really nothing much of it. I thought I was going to see some old, aging, has-been rock star, which is fine. I've seen a lot of those, and they're really good times. I enjoy that. The Gary Numan show was unbelievable. His new catalog, his new output was awesome. Everything about that show. Sonically great, vocally great, musically great. The tunes were fantastic. The old tunes were great. The new tunes were great. It was just a killer show. But they're doing it live at the Electric Ballroom, which is nice. It's essentially a modern live show, probably from around that same era when I saw him live. But that is coming out November 7th. Also, I don't have it to show you because the label will not release it to any stores before Friday, the release date. But that is the new Taylor Swift album drops this week. So I'll have it. It'll be here on Friday. If you pre-ordered it, we will ship it to you. But I don't actually have it to show you guys. I will include it in next week's video, but we've got a glitter vinyl disc. I think that's the record store version, the glitter vinyl, and then a CD with a poster. I normally don't carry CDs, but on a huge release like a Taylor Swift title, I don't mind bringing in a CD. So we'll have the vinyl, we'll have the CD, it'll be here this Friday. It's the only thing that really I can't show you that's a big deal this week. I do have a Whatnot coming up this Thursday, so later today. I technically filmed this on Wednesday, but later today, 5 o'clock Arizona time, my weekly Whatnot. It's essentially a live buying platform, so it's a live stream. I'm auctioning off items. It goes for about an hour from 5 o'clock Arizona time to 6 o'clock. Click the link below if you've never seen one before. I'm thinking at this point, many of you probably have, but if you've never watched one before, I will be on for about an hour later today. Let's go over some digital media. I've got a big Analog Productions restock, but in that restock I had 3 new SACDs, starting with Foreigner 4, Genesis Foxtrot, and Willie Nelson's Shotgun Willie. These are the new SACDs. Okay, normally I like to save the restocks for the end of the video, but because I have this giant, massive pile of restocks here, box sets, I'm just going to show them to you real quick. Hootie and the Blowfish, these are SACD restocks. Dr. John in the Right Place, Dr. John's Gree Gree, Cannonball Adderley's Something Else, Dave Brubeck's Time Out, Blues and Roots, Charles Mingus, The Clown, and Charles Mingus Plays the Blues. All of those are restocks. I also got some UHQR restocks. Again, another restock of the Velvet Underground Verve box set. I keep showing this thing to you guys, but they keep selling out. I keep reordering it. It's essentially 4 Velvet Undergrounds and then Nico, Chelsea a Girl, all done by Kevin Gray. It's a 5 LP box set, 145 bucks. It's priced really well. These were like $1,000 a couple of years ago, so people are gobbling them up. I think I've got enough to where I don't have to keep showing you that title as a big restock. Normally I only show restocks of titles that are like a real, like, we ordered a lot of them because it's a big deal. It's a restock that everybody wants. So, you never see a majority of the restocks, but that's one that everybody wants. Okay, I got so very few of these the first time around, I didn't even bother showing it. Or maybe when I did show it the following week, I think I only had one. For some reason, out of the blue, they sent me another chunk of these. This is the Chet Baker Quintet live, 5, not alive, these aren't live, 5 from 65, the Quintet Summer Sessions. You've got 5 studio albums from 1965, all analog, cut from the original mono analog tapes by Kevin Gray. Groovin', smokin', boppin', cool burnin', and comin' on. So you've got 5 all analog, cut from the master tapes by Kevin Gray, Chet Baker Records. This is on Newland. They only made 1,000 of these. So when I got the couple I did, I kind of thought that was it. Like I wasn't going to get any more of these. It's going to be essentially hard to get. They only made 1,000 of them, right? But I put a big order in months and months and months ago. They sent me barely enough to cover my pre-orders, which I did. That's why I didn't show them, because I only had the titles to cover my pre-orders. But it seems like I think they maybe sent me 20 more boxes. So as of now, I have it. Okay, quick restock. John Coltrane, A Love Supreme, UHQR. Bill Evans, Waltz for Debbie, UHQR. Jimi Hendrix, Are You Experienced, UHQR. One of the absolute hands-down best-selling albums you will ever hear in your entire life. This thing is mind-boggling good. This is the 45 RPM of Hugh Masekela's Hope. Unbelievable. Amazing. Highly recommend it. So good. I've run out of words to describe how good this is. When you hear it, you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay, this week's new arrivals. Starting with the Prince Purple Rain one-step. This is limited to 6,000 copies. Here I've got 2,649 of 6,000, but this is a one-step. I think it's on VR900, super vinyl style compound. Everybody's got a different name for it, but I think the technical name at the moment is VR900, although they're on the second generation of VR900. Maybe they call it, VR1000 at this point. I don't know, but you know what I'm talking about. The really quiet, transparent vinyl. Here we go. Prince and the Revolution, Purple Rain. Iconic record. This was extremely well reviewed, but this is from a digital source, 24-bit 192. Mentioned here on the back. Mastered by Levi at Black Belt Mastering. Yeah, VR900. D2. Okay, that's what they did. The newest generation of the VR900 is the D2 compound. But although being digital, it's still been getting really, really good reviews, although I have not heard it myself yet. This is a 2025 reissue of the George Harrison All Things Must Pass 50th anniversary box set that came out a couple years back. For some reason, they just, it went out of print and they solicited it as a new pressing, although that is the 2021 version. New Tone Poet, we've got Stanley Turrentine's In Memory of Blue Mitchell, Curtis Fuller, Herbie Hancock, Otis Finch, and Bob Crenshaw. All analog, cut from the original master tape by Kevin Gray. One of the all-time great albums. Fantastic record. Very hard to find an original because it's so damn expensive. Actually, this is the mono cut, which makes it even more astronomically expensive. The Zombies, Odyssey, and Oracle. Newly remastered in mono. I think stereo only in the US originally. I think the mono, you had to go for a UK copy, and they're like over $1,000. Joan Baez, Farewell Angelina, all analog, cut from the original master tape by Kevin Gray at Coherent, featuring It's All Over Now, Baby Blue, amazing tune, Farewell Angelina, and Colors. Perhaps the finest sounding folk record ever. No Depression. I guess they're quoting No Depression. Is that a magazine? I don't know. Tip-on jacket, really well done. I don't think this really falls in any particular series other than it's a high quality audiophile analog record. Mother Love Bone, we've got Shine, the 12-inch EP, first time on vinyl since 1989. Big release this week. And we've got Mother Love Bone's album Apple. 35th anniversary on 180 gram black eco vinyl, everybody's favorite. Let's see, they did a little mastering engineer here. No, mastered this. I wonder if this is the original. Mastered by Bob Ludwig at Masterdisc in New York. Vinyl mastering by, okay, so Levi did the vinyl mastering on this as well. From Music on Vinyl, we've got Blue Oyster Cult. A lot of music on vinyl. Self-titled album. There's a few music on vinyl titles in here this week. Neil Young's Coastal. This is the original soundtrack. This thing originally had a defect of some kind and it was recalled. So this is the replacement for the original version, which was recalled. From Music on Vinyl, we've got Silverchair's Frog Stomp, limited to 7,500 copies on yellow and green marbled vinyl. Silverchair Freak Show, limited to 4,000 copies on red and black marble vinyl. Silverchair's Neon Ballroom, limited to 4,000 copies on pink colored vinyl. And part of the Craft Latin catalog reissues that they've been doing, we've got all analog cut from the original master tapes by Dave Polster and Clint Holly at Well Made Music. This is Celia Cruz, Ray Barretto, Tremendo Trio. This is originally on Fania. Includes hit tracks. Nadia Si Salva de la Rumba. Oh, that one. No clue. Pharoah Sanders, Message from Home, from Music on Vinyl. Originally on Verve. Good Neighbors, Blue Sky Mentality. Debut album includes the singles Home, Ripple, and Suburbs on Sky Blue Vinyl. Dottie, Not for Lack of Trying. This is the indie vinyl exclusive. And then we have the standard vinyl version. Sloanage, Soul Angel, and the Hadley Street Dreams. It's kind of a cool little cover there. It's got a bunch of old Crank 78 phonograph players, you know, with the horn, and then a big rack of 45s on the front. Kind of cool. Eli Honeycomb, Far Country. Carter Faith, Cherry Valley. Let's see, debut album featuring 15 songs, including If I Had Never Lost My Mind. Natalie Grant, Christmas. Oh, that's the name of the title. What's the title of the record? Christmas. I think this is the first album I've seen so far for the 2025 Christmas season. Okay, now we're going to get into restocks. Light week, but it's been pretty crazy the last couple of weeks. Restocks, ton of analog productions, couple of Blue Notes up front. We've got the Horace Silver Quintet, Song for My Father. Actually, I played this morning, actually, when I got ready for work. Kind of cool. Donald Byrd, Bird in Flight. Blue Note Tone Poet, all analog, cut from the original master tape by Kevin Gray, as well as the Horace Silver. And probably this Wes Montgomery. Yes, all analog, cut from the original master tape by Kevin Gray. I only looked because some of these OJCs were done by Matt Luthans. The incredible jazz guitar of Wes Montgomery. One of the Tone Poets I was most excited about because originals of this record are so damn expensive. This is a restock. Art Pepper's Modern Art. Originals of this were on a label called Intro. Extremely hard to find. I think I bought my copy, I I think I had to get it at like Heritage Auctions. It was like a couple of grand some years ago. It was a hard record to get. From my top 100 in-print analog records you should own list, Dave Brubeck's Time Out. This is the 45 RPM version. Phenomenal sounding. To this day, a demo disc. One of my top 5. Heifetz. Let's see. Concerto in G minor. Mozart. Concerto in D minor, yeah. 33 RPM. This is the 33 RPM of Herbie Hancock's Headhunters. They also did it as a 45, but this is the 33. Again, another one of those discs that is been used as a demo disc for decades in this industry. This is Satchmo Plays King Oliver. This is the 45 cut. So 45 cut single, I guess, of St. James Infirmary, and I Ain't Got Nobody. They took the 2 best tracks on the album and made it a single. But you go into any hi-fi show today, I guarantee you, in their one record box will be this record. It is so phenomenally good sounding. It's actually annoying to me at this point. Like I could probably never hear St. James Infirmary again on this record and be okay, because I hear it every hi-fi show I go to, maybe 15 times, 20 times that weekend. It's that popular, but it sounds that good. So if you're into that, it's a good tune too. I mean, it's a great tune. The record is great. It's just overplayed. Jazz for the Carriage Trade, the George Wallington Quintet. All analog cut by Kevin Gray from the master tape, as well as the rest of these prestige titles. Jackie McLean's Jackie's Pal, analog cut by Kevin Gray. Hank Mobley's Message, Mobley's Message, a little tongue twister there. Fantastic, cut by Kevin Gray, all analog. Arnett Cobb's Party Time. Again, all these cut by Kevin Gray. Jimmy Forrest, Out of the Forest. Freddie King's Getting Ready. From Pablo, we have Art Tatum and Ben Webster. The Tatum Group Masterpieces. Stykowski Rhapsodies. This is the 33 RPM version. They also did it at 45. Another prestige title. We've got Lightning Hopkins, The Blues of Lightning Hopkins. Eddie Money. Includes 2 tickets to Paradise. I feel like there's one more hit on this. What was it? Oh, Baby Hold On. There we go. 33 RPM from Analogue Productions. Shostakovich, Cello Sonata from RCA Living Stereo. Got a restock of Genesis, the self-titled album. Part of the Atlantic 45 RPM series, 45 75th anniversary series. Same thing, Charles Mingus, The Clown. Crosby, Stills, and Nash, the CSN album. This is actually numbered, 1504. We get, when it comes to these titles, some of them come to us numbered, some of them don't. We don't ever promise you're going to get numbered copies. But if I'm doing one of these new arrival videos and it's a numbered copy, I'll mention it. Crosby, Stills, and Nash, this is the Couch album. This thing is unbelievably good. Highly recommended. If you like that album, you probably have it already and you probably know how good it sounds, but it's great. Julie London sings Lady in Satin. Fantastic record. Quiet Kenny, Kenny Dorham. I don't know if many of you guys even noticed this, but this originally came out, 2014, I think all these came out originally. In 2021, it's dated. They went back and relicensed these and reissued them. They actually updated the cover. If you look at this versus the original cover, this is a lot clearer art. They rescanned the original artwork and did a better job on the reissue. Diamonds and Rust in the Bull Ring, excuse me. I'm looking up here at the tag, but the title's so tiny, it took me a minute to okay, just look at the record. Anyways, 45 RPM is this? Yeah, 45 RPM. One of my favorite RCA Living Stereos, and actually this is like the best pressing of it. 45 RPM of Rimsky-Korsakov's Shahrazad. Phenomenal sounding. Any of these Analog Productions titles that they did at 45 RPM sound phenomenal. They only did maybe 3 or 4 or 5, something in that range, and they all sound great. Arnett Cobb's Ballads by Cobb. Jeff Beck's Wired. This is the 45 RPM version. Lightning Hopkins, Going Away. We've got The French Touch. This is an RCA Living Stereo title from Analogue Productions. Taylor's Wailers. Art Taylor. Got an original of that about 3 years ago. Found it in a record store. They wanted like big money for it, but just to be able to find like a minty copy of that in a record store was unbelievable. John Coltrane with the Red Garland Trio. Again, these are part of the All Analog Cut, All Analog Cut, Kevin Gray, 50 Prestige titles, 25 monos, 25 stereos. We got a restock of Charles Mingus. This is the 45 RPM version of it. There is a 33 RPM version of it as well, but that's part of the Acoustic Sound series. Chico Freeman's Spirit Sensitive. Cecil McBee, John Hicks, Don Moy, and Billy Hart. Iconic record, Julie Is Her Name, Julie London. Jeff Beck's Blow by Blow. This is the 45 RPM version. Leonard Skinner's Nuttin' Fancy. This is also the 45 RPM version. All the Leonard Skinner that Analog Productions did was amazing. Gene Ammons, Boss Tenor, Prestige title. Just kind of an iconic record. It's kind of funny. I look at this record now, and I want to say more people under the age of 30 buy it than the age of people over 30. Ella and Louie just do really well with the younger generation, and I think the older guys probably have this already. But this is the 45 RPM cut of Ella and Lewis. And last, we've got Dr. John's Gumbo, Analog Productions, 33 RPM. Okay, kind of a light week with the new arrivals, a ton of restocks, but my guess is next week is going to be pretty nuts. Again, if you're looking for Taylor Swift, we're not going to be able to sell it to you till Friday, till the actual release date. These superstar big releases, when they come out on vinyl, especially when they're simultaneous vinyl and digital releases, they're really, really strict on when they release titles to the store. So it's going to be here Friday. I can't show it to you today. A lot of the big artists nowadays will do simultaneous releases, but sometimes when they're really, really big, they'll do like vinyl the week after, so there's no leaks. And that's kind of what they're looking to avoid here. But yeah, you can buy all this stuff online at the website at theingroove.com. Until next time.